Hi guys, Coach Victor Robledo here today, and we're going to talk about how your thoughts could literally be poisoning your body, decreasing the gains that you make in the gym, affecting your relationships, and destroying your health. But before we jump into that, please like and subscribe to this video to send it out to as many people as possible. All right, so mind and body connection. Everyone talks about that. I've been a strength coach and wellness coach for almost 30 years. I can teach you the perfect bench press. I can teach you the perfect squat for your build. I can teach you and put together all the lists that you need to make gains in the gym and strength. But what happens when people hit a wall and they're not making those gains? I have to go deeper. And along my own journey, I've discovered that some of the gains that I'm currently making have nothing to do with the gym and have to do with the mindset. So let's get into that. So 80,000 is the number of thoughts that we generally have in any given day. Now, I always tell my wife, I'm a simple man. I'm sure that's lower for me. But even if you get into that 50,000, okay, whatever. We have 50,000 thoughts, whether you believe it or not. Let's say 80,000. 95% of those are subconscious thoughts. That means they happen below the surface. We're not even aware of them. And those subconscious thoughts have the ability to down-regulate our genes or up-regulate their genes. Now, this is where it gets very interesting. This is where the mind-body connection really takes toll. And I used to kind of guess that this was happening on a lot of people. Now, we always assumed as trainers that people are not reporting exactly what they eat, because if they reported exactly what they eat and they were in a calorie deficit, they were doing their cardio and they were lifting and they weren't losing weight, like what else could be going wrong? Well, I started scratching at the surface and figuring out like, hey, what's going on in your life, in your world? And started to realize that a lot of people's stress was impacting their way their body was reacting. And so whether they were not reporting everything or their body was in a constant state of fight or flight, that's going to impact your general health and well-being. And long term, it's going to have an impact on how well you stay to a program. So let's go back to this. Now, the subconscious thoughts are going to downregulate your genes. For the sake of this video, we're going to talk about all the things that are going to mess up your genes, mess up your body. And those are anger, sadness, being worried, and shame. You can see a little quick sad face there. Those emotions are the ones that potentially could have a significant mental impact on your body. Now, I did a video before on how the vagus nerve, which is highly connected to your rest and restore, that parasympathetic nervous system, is connected to major organs in your body, and therefore it can have a real negative impact on your body. But even furthermore, those organs can start having a sort of a mind of their own. Remember that gut feeling, that gut intuition? A lot of us start losing that with age, and oddly enough, gut health is also connected with this. And those negative feedback loop, those organs start feeling bad and like, okay, I know how to keep this guy. And they start talking to your hypothalamus and having a negative impact. But for going back to this, we become really impacted by these negative emotions. And the real thing that I see here is that people's past becomes their future. In the same way that these impact and downregulate those genes, well, it's going to keep you in a place where you were. For me, I have significant traumas in my childhood. I have a significant sexual abuse that always plagued me. And now in my late 40s, I realized, oh, that was impacting my ability to make gains in the gym in this way, because I was always worried. I was always kind of an anxious, nervous guy looking around the corner for things to happen. Someone would drop in and I would always be jump. I was in that hyper vigilant mode all the time. Well, that wears down the body. And if I was always worried or angry or sad, that starts to wear down the body and really start to break down the body. The body cannot restore itself. So I kind of touched on that already. How does this make an impact on the health? Well, if you are constantly worried and it's setting a loop to those genes and your genes are not in the repair state, your immune function goes down, your GI health, you're putting out increasing amounts of stress hormone, those are going to start to gradually break down your body and limit its repair until it starts permeating all different parts of your mental health, as well as your relationship. So if you're struggling as a father or as a spouse and you're watching this video, there is help. You know, I've done a lot of videos on adrenal fatigue, and while that is an important thing to address, it's understanding that you have adrenal fatigue, but going back and saying, what things back there could be impacting my gains right now, could be impacting my health, and could be impacting my relationships. That's it for today, guys. I love interacting with a few of you who have really reached out. It's really motivated me to start creating videos again. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, or you can send me email directly if you have a more detailed question. Also, I'm doing a health and wellness retreat. I call it a transformation retreat. Actually, I call it Man Camp, and Memorial Day. If you're at all interested on it, it's all about healing, rebooting, feeling amazing. It's for men, and I have a few father and son combinations that are coming. Please send me an email if you're interested in that. I can send you the details. Thanks a lot.